This is what's happening. So this is the next day after the fluids changed. What I've been experiencing was harsh downshift, harsh engagement in certain gears. And what I found out was this car has is quite intelligent. It's a very intelligent transmission, which tries to achieve perfect shift patterns through the gears by making the pressure adjustments. And I guess I guess they have like I didn't go too terribly in depth with reading the technical service bulletin because I did read that these transmissions have like cells just like how I remember it, long-term, short-term field trim cells like oxygen sensors. So these are learned cells, and I guess with the transmission, they can't relearn itself. It only acclimates to those conditions, and I guess over time it's going to be hard to go back versus start over and relearn again. So I guess it can't remove its memory that it has with harsh shifting or harsh engagement, or like this car had low fluid, high temperature, and it had to compensate for that. So what I'm assuming, it can't unlearn itself what is learned, if that makes sense. So being that I repaired this car, it had a leaky condenser slash transmission oil cooler, which caused the codes to come up. That's repaired, and I think with the low fluid being it was 3 quarts low, it had to compensate with those harsh conditions by compensating and probably increasing the pressure or making those clutch adjustments. And I guess it just stuck with it to the point where after repairs and the fluids have been completely topped off, it can't unlearn that shift pattern because that's what it thought. Hey, I'm defective. I need to shift. I need to go into gear. And if we had those incorrect gear ratios, let me pull that up right quick. Let me pull that up. So what gallery. I got a customer here picking up their car. Uh, this is what we had. So fifth gear incorrect gear ratio, clutch temperature. So all those related to the fluid incorrect as a result of the incorrect fluid. Let me get my customer where I left off. So let me see here. So these were the codes that came up, and all were pertaining to the shift quality. Now let me go to live data again. I can't remember where I left off. I get distracted. So like I said, this is a very intelligent transmission. I'm not sure how the field pressure or fast filling counter, how's all that equated, which sensor is utilized. But again, I mean, this transmission obviously uses various sensors to enhance the shift quality, and I'm pretty sure it does use pressure sensors of. But I was under the impression, like, maybe that's like servo pistons or something like to absorb the shock of the engagement. But that's old school stuff. This transmission like has like CAN gateway system. It's like 4 wires. It's pretty intricate. It's very neat. So this is the thing. I just want to get video footage of what the settings are currently at idle, just out of curiosity. But I know they'll change as I drive, as the milliamps for the solenoids will. Static engine torque transfer requested. So let's go. Okay, let's go back. Again, I mean, what was happening was a special function reset adaptive values. This procedure should be only when the transmission has been overhauled. I'm just going to do it anyway because the quality of the shift quality is poor. Let's go to live data again. So yeah. all these have changed. So these are like the long-term, short-term fuel trims. The fast fall counter, fast filling counter, filling time. So that's how I'm remembering this. The transmission as my best analogous. Uh, So now I'm gonna drive the car really slow, just gradual progression in speed, and allow it to shift on its own and learn itself over again. So this should help bring back the shift quality, unlike what it was before with the low fluid and the poor shift quality that it had before as a result of the low fluid and me repairing the issue. So the softer engagement should be brought back. And I will say the engagement in fourth gear was sometimes harsh, but definitely downshift in fourth was harsh. First was harsh. Sixth, seventh, and eighth was also harsh. So um, those should be taken care of. All right, I'll update shortly. Just got back and took it on like my 5 mile loop. Went through all the gears. Clutch A field counter tend to populate. Clutch E is in a negative, but it's somewhat populated. This car hasn't went through its complete diagnostic or its monitoring phase for the shifting parameters. So I imagine that the temperatures probably not was within specification. Now it came about a section where it said it should be around 100 degrees. So I'm pretty sure after, and it's at 200 right now. So I'm pretty sure after it sits for a while, just like any other sensor, it needs the confirmation from barrier sensors such as the coolant temperature, or well, in this case, the oil temperature. And I'm pretty sure that is determined that, hey, the car's been sitting long enough. Let's go through our monitoring phase or testing, just like an oxygen sensor. Once it reaches a certain temperature, that's how the car knows it has set for X amount of time. But normal driving habits will ensure that the car will go through its testing phase. So normal driving habits will ensure the car go through its testing phase. So I think we'll be fine as of right now because it shifts so much better downshift and upshift right now. In comparison to what it was. And like I said, I'll assume that it was because of, well, it had to have been because of the low fluid, low pressure, and the transmission's ability to compensate, but not being able to revert back. So that's why we had to reset the adapters here. So I didn't know that after the repair, but that's why I'm making this update video. So here we are. But I'll tell you what, this car's fixed. It's a hell of a lot better. I'm going to put another 20 miles on it before I give it back to her to make sure everything's fixed. I don't want her coming back here because this car came like an hour away to get repaired. So here we are. So I tell you what now, if this car decides to let her down on the side of the road, I mean, just hell, the damn thing catch on fire, the condenser I put in here springs a leak, goes to the intake and gets spit out from the exhaust pipe. I mean, you're not gonna know. The only way to know is subscribe. So stay informed, have that reassurance of my work, and I'll keep everybody updated.